I've actually got some references for this one because there's so much in here, and I've got to try and stop it at certain points. Anyway, we are dissecting Swish Swish by Katy Perry. Okay, and its relationship to the Kobe Bryant incident. Let's just call it that. Okay, so this is the opening scene of Swish Swish, and of course the name Swish Swish. Of course, I asked my wife, "What's this Swish Swish to do with basketball?" Because I don't know anything about basketball. And she's like, "Well, it's supposed to be the sound that the basketball makes when it goes through the net." I said, "Well, swish swish sounds to me like the sound that a bloody helicopter makes right before it crashes." I don't know. Anyway, so you've got that's the first reference, the name title to the helicopter, Swish Swish. Opening scene, there's a helicopter. You'll just have to take my word for this, because I'm not going to play any of the sound. But there's a helicopter flying over the stadium, and the stadium is, of course, Bingo's Bail Bond Stadium. Well, a reference to bail or Baal, or however you want to say that, B-A-A-L, the system of bondage that you're in, and you're a dog. That's what you are. You're their dog. Bingo, the dog. Anyway, so this is the opening scene, a reference to the helicopter flying over the top of here, and they're telling you all about it straight off the bat. Right, let's cut into the video now. We've got Katy Perry sitting on top of the pyramid. Well, I don't need any explaining there, does it? The pyramid, she throws the ball, and we hit the cleaner. The first thing we hit is the cleaner. And I don't know what that's a reference to, really. Is it a reference to the downtrodden being picked on? Is it a reference to there isn't going to be anybody to clean up this mess that we're in? I'm not quite sure. Is it a reference to the coronavirus and cleanliness? Oh dear. You can pick that apart yourself. He happens to be in the spotlight here. Interesting. Anyway, we can pick it apart. Right at the start of this, she sat on that ball on the pyramid there, and that collapses. Anyway, I don't know when it collapses here. And the balls go flying everywhere. Anyway, I'm just going to basically flip through this and just try, and hopefully I'll try and get, this is going to be difficult. I apologize for this. It would be so much easier if I could just play it, but again, we've got the we got the guy stuffing his face with nuggets. I don't really know what that means, but look at the dog. Again, you're the dog. You're wearing there's a bandana. Huh. A mask. Interesting. Another coronal reference, maybe. Let's carry on moving forward. Okay, we've got the the tigers versus the wolves that are in sheep's clothing. Okay, do I need to explain that? No. What we got here? Hang on a minute, there is another reference here and I can't see my timer. That's really... come on. The key is for me to keep trying to talk through all my bumbling around, so it keeps the video fairly interesting. Here we go. Black guy dressed up in a hot dog thing. You're the dog. Remember this. There's an undergoing theme in this with dogs. You're the dog. Oh yeah, pure beef. What's Kobe? Kobe is beef. Loving it. I don't know what's going on here. Some kind of eating contest. Anyway, let's move on to my next bit. Let's see. Okay, let's go to 59. We've got to get through this. There's so much stuff in here, and the best thing that you can do if you're interested in this kind of stuff is go and watch this. Okay, so Katy Perry is playing the role of Kobe in this. No doubt, getting hit on the head with the ball. Check this out. She's got the corona cut as well. This is the, you know, a lot of these celebrities have this blonde hair, dark roots. I like to call it the corona cut. It reminds me of that the deal with Miley Cyrus as well, Wrecking Ball. She's getting hit with the ball here. Is it, is it another reference to a different video, Wrecking Ball? And that's really what ball is, isn't it? It just wrecks everything. I'm not going to go into Wrecking Ball on this video. But it's interesting, isn't it? We've got the same haircut, and I'm sure there's some Bieber references there as well. Oh dear. Let's move forward. Come on down. It's going to take forever. Let's see. 214. Here's a, and I just got to Coach Molly. Reference to the drug, maybe. And that drug, and I can't remember it, but I've come across it in Greek mythology before. I want to say it was a drug that, oh boy, I know I'm going to get this wrong, but I don't know. It might have been Orpheus that used the drug to tame maybe Circe. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I'll have to go and you can Wikipedia Molly, and it's used as a herb in I'm sure it was to tame some god. Anyway, again, we will be getting on to Circe at the end of this, and in fact I don't have the tab up, which is a bit of a shame. Okay, well, Coach Molly, great. Let's move on a bit. 214. We just can't go through this slowly. Okay, here we got Katy Perry is going head over. I think she gets knocked over or something, and she's going head over heels for ball. Head over heels, the globe earth. Great. 219. 219. Great number. We've got a mask reference again. And what I like about this mask reference is it's actually the inverse of the corona. We've got her with the dark peeking out from behind a sun-coloured mask. Ah, interesting. What have we got here? This is another interesting. We've got her saying help. Great. 225. Here we go. This is going to be the next little bit in our the story that's going on at the minute. When does football season start? I don't watch the news. Apparently, according to my wife, they've already started on this question, and this is going to, of course, as we're getting into football season now, this is going to be what's going to be on everybody's lips. Oh gosh, it's going to be painful listening to it, but it's going to be one of those questions. What we got? 230. Oh, here we go. Let's see if we can get to this. Come on. Oh, we've got. She's getting the shot of Kobe sweat here. I don't know if that's necessarily a. I suppose it's about as close as you could get to giving an injection during the game. I don't know. And the vaccination thing. Hang on a minute. We've missed out. We've missed out Doug. Doug the Pug He's got his bandana on as well. I love it. This is, you know, what everybody's wearing at the minute. Benched for kennel cough. I mean, you just can't write it. You can't write this stuff. Okay, let's move on to another important reference in this whole thing. It's not quite here, is it? Where are we at? It should be right here. Here we go. Oh, and we've got it perfect. Don't know if you can see, make this one out. Kanye 2020. Let's just break down what Kanye really means. Scrub that out of there. And that is Kane. Okay, a reference to the fictional side of the system. What the hell is this? It looks an awful lot like that image they've been showing us of the virus. 2020. Kanye's running in 2020. I think he mentioned this several years ago, though, that he was going to run in 2020. But interestingly, they've put this in the video, and he stuck to what he said he was going to do, and he's running in 2020. Oh, you know what? This was what I needed to get up. This thing here. What is this thing here? This is Hal. This is this is Cersei. This is, when you're on your voyage. We don't want to be playing this. Dang it. I really didn't want to do that then. What was that at? What number was that at? Did anybody pay attention? 304. Oh my gosh. Man, I got straight on it before, didn't I? Anyway, we can still see this portion of it here. Let's put in here the circle. Oh, look at that, the moon and number 13. Here we go. Here is the reference to the circle. Hang on a minute. Let's be sensible about this. Images. And I've got my deal turned up real nice and big. Look at this. The Circle American TV series. Look at this. Come on, it's telling you people what the Circle is. It's the Ring of Fire, the Circle. This is a must-watch film, really. It's an okay film. A lot of references in it, though, but this is what we got here. We got Hermione, and she is, of course, they would pick a mudblood in the current times that we're in to play to play that role. But this is the Circle, the Ring of Fire. An interesting sign to have up in the background. And I will just bring up as well Cersei. Aha, yes. As you can see, I've already looked at this stuff on Wikipeg. Oh my gosh, there's Cersei. And really, probably just go to the images. That image there would be the best one. The Odyssey. And of course, Cersei is. I don't know the story exactly, but Odysseus ends up, and his crew end up on her island, and she ends up turning most of the crew into pigs, and yada yada yada. I don't really know the story, but she's a temptress. I guess, and as you can see, there's the Circle in the background, and it's a mirror image. Kind of like the person within the legal system being the mirror of the real person. Okay, and we've got another, it's another link to the Circle. And of course, her name, Cersei. Obviously, the origins of Circle come from something like that. Anyway, back to the video. So we've dealt with that. I don't know what I've missed out. Oh dear. This is going to end up being a hell of a long video, and it's just, I mean, the video itself's only 6 minutes 24, but blah blah blah. Where did I get to? Okay, here's really where we get to the very interesting part, and you're gonna have to take my word on what happens here. But this guy picks up Katy Perry or Kobe, and what actually happens is, I can just run this thumbnail. You might be able to see in the thumbnail. Oh no, it won't show you in the thumbnail. But what ends up happening? Let's just click it on one little spot at a time. Oh dear. We've got this lot dressed up. This really isn't going to work out. But what he's doing there is he's spinning her around. Spinning, spinning. And then we cut to Molly. She's grabbing her chest. But what she's going to do here is pretty important as well. This death sign here. You know, you just can't write this stuff. So we got the big guy spinning Katy around up in the air like a helicopter, and then we've got Molly creating the death pose with her, you know, signs that she's doing. Ah, yes, I got it written on here in my research. Yes, Molly is the herb that Odysseus uses to escape Circe. I was sure about this. I mean, I looked at this I was going to do this video 2 weeks ago. I just not got round to it, and so and it's a video that I've wanted to do for even longer than that, because as soon as that Kobe thing happened, I thought of this video. Anyway, what we got? We got 323. Let's move to 323. This can't be. Supposedly somewhere here, there's another shot of Kanye. Oh, she's coming in crying. And we've got the Kanye sign again. Kane. All right, that's the first sheet of paper gone through. Okay, 406. This is an interesting point. There's some interesting stuff that happens in here. Oh, here we go. Before we get onto it, there's the tiger. The reference to the tiger. Why are they the tiger? Why the eye of the tiger? This is if you had to pick an animal out that represented the balance between fictional and material, and with a link of the corona in here, this would be it. This would be the animal that I would pick. You've got the yellow for the sun, or the orange for the sun, and that is covered with the stripes. Of course, the sun being nature and being the material realm, and then you've got the stripes, the black stripes, which are the fictional realm, the made-up fiction of nothingness that cover, you know, the moon, that covers the dark side of the moon, that covers the sun. Okay, the tiger represents that being in balance. You can still see the sun underneath. The white of the tiger, of course, is the ring of fire. It's that halo that you get around the outside, the crown of thorns. As an animal goes, for a representation of the eclipse, or the balance between the dark and the light, you couldn't go far wrong with the tiger, could you? Anyway, needless to say, they've obviously used the sheep on the other side, and what that represents is really, what I think they're saying here is, it's a little bit different from what you'd pick up straight away. You'd say, oh yeah, they're the people in charge, you know, are the tigers lording it over. Well, the other reference, oh hang on a minute, this is an interesting part here. She's getting hit. Right, before I go to the other reference, I'll come back to it in a second. But the other reference is the wolf in sheep's clothing. Let me just talk about it. I don't have the image up, but that was right at the start on the top of the stadium. That the wolf in sheep's clothing. That is representational of the system that we have. Okay, the controllers that are there are hiding in plain sight. They are the sheep. They don't realise it. Everybody turns into that Agent Smith character. You know, if you're not wearing a mask in a store now, you're getting dirty looks from people because they just turn into that Agent Smith character. They do the bidding of the system. That's how people have been programmed. And that's the sheep in wolf's clothing. The wolf in sheep's clothing. Okay. Right. Let's get to this image now before I waffle on for too long. She's about to get hit by this ball. And what actually happens in this point? I don't know if you can see this, but the end of her nail gets broken off. That is a reference, and I don't know much about. I don't even know what they call it, palmistry or palmology, or I don't know what they call the study of hands, but that nail coming off there is a reference to taking notice in life, I think, maybe, or it's got some relevance anyway to becoming aware of what's going on. So she goes down, she's about to go down, and she's about to hit the deck. I don't quite know. Possible, definitely CGI. Oh, look at this. Hang on a minute. For some reason, my thing jumps on a ton. Oh, it's because I'm on the wrong side of the paper. If you could just see me right now. What a muppet. Okay. Oh, the next. We need to move on 1 second. Here we go. Ah, here we are. Ball is life. Interesting. Is it life? You know, that's an interesting question to ask oneself. Anyway, now we're getting into the half time. Let's see if we can get onto the half time. We need 47. Okay, the blue flame. A reference to this darkness, the dark blue, or the blue, is a reference to the water or to the sky. The fictional realm being the blue above and the waters, you know, the waters above and the waters below. Okay, it's the reference. The blue is the dark. Okay, there's I think there's a reference to, even Saturn has a reference to lead and to the blue hue of lead and just to the darkness. Excuse me. So we've got the blue flame, a reference to the waters, and now we've got Nicki Minaj. Okay. Just before I even get into this and show you what I'm going to get onto. No, number one, she's in the center circle, of course, the coronal circle with the light shining down on her. I don't know if you can see this right now, but she's got the mask on, and she's also got the corona cut. And what the outfit she's wearing, okay, need I say more? But Nicki Minaj, Nicki Mirage. Now, as we go forward with that, with what I've just said there, I want you to look at this image here. Now, if you go to the video, I'm sure my video is grainy. If you go to the actual video and look at this portion, and I tell you Nicki Minaj and Nicki Mirage, maybe, just maybe, you'll get what I'm talking about here. And if you don't, just stay tuned for the next couple of seconds and I'm going to tell you. Spoiler alert. So we can see the corona cut. Here we go. We've got her eyes. She's blinded right now. She's got the blinder on. It's also a mask reference. She's also got the dog collar on. We've got the mini dog collars with the spikes coming out. You know, you can't. I mean, I don't know what to say about it really. It's just littered with symbolism. Now, Katy Perry's looking at her, and if you watch this portion of the video, she can't believe her eyes. I don't know if you've guessed it yet. She still can't believe, you know, she's doing a bit of rapping. A little bit of hip-hopping and bebopping. Boy. Okay. The light goes out. So the light has gone out. And Katy Perry still can't believe her eyes. Interesting. The mask is removed, and now she's kind of lit up. The collar has, the restraints have been removed. The mask over her top part of her face has been removed. Yeah, are we talking about the crown of thorns there that covers that controls the mind and controls what we see? Just look at this imagery and tell me if this isn't CGI. There we go, the cat's out of the bag now. Is that CGI? I think it is. I think this is a Nicki Minaj. Maybe I do a separate little video on the Nicki Minaj. She still can't believe her eyes. This is all reference to the illusion of what's on the screen and being fooled by it. Oh, look at this. We've got a corona up here, a reference to blotchiness, a reference to the virus, a reference to the sun. You know, I mean, and she's actually, I think she might tell her to wake up at some point in there, I'm not sure. Oh, get a grip. I think it's get a grip is what she says. Of course, there's the sun, the full power of the sun. You see, the start of it was blotchy, the lights coming on, and now we're up to full power. So the nature is returning here. No, and then what are we in? Are we in some kind of balance now, where it's been where we have balance between the two? I don't know. Okay. Okay, Katy Perry still can't believe her eyes. I mean, if this is not CGI, I mean, just look at it. The way the light's hitting, just the tone of the skin. Definitely looks like CGI to me. Boom, just disappears. There we go. Back over to the center, and the lights are out. That's the halftime show. Oh my gosh. I've managed to stick another corona cut on this ugly dude here. I don't know, disrespect, mate. The mask, blah blah blah. Where are we at to here now? Yeah. So we've had a ton of dog. All right, we're on the last page, people. Bear with me, we're almost done. Okay. Come on, come on, come on. There's a whole bunch of other stuff that I've obviously glossed over here. Oh yeah, they've got the Corona pom-poms, of course. The black and gold. Where are we at? Come on. I'm just going to have to flip through this now. They all get pumped up. And now they're going to take the... They're going to win the game. This guy's eating his spinach. She's all pumped up now. So we've had the death of Kobe. We've had her waking up to the reality now. And now she's going to come back and fight back. and win the game. Of course, Coach Terry's not going to be very happy about that. He's got the coronal wig on as well. The big buff dude has got the corona cut as well. I mean, you know, now something interesting happens here. Katy Perry has a stunt double doing her work and scoring the basket for her. Somewhere here, shatters the glass. The glass comes raining down. Oh, here's her stunt double. A guy. Interesting. You know, what does that even mean? Oh dear. A reference to all the trickery that's going on. And then we move to the end of the video. This is probably about good enough. All kinds of craziness going on at the end. Embracing the control system, and we've got, interestingly, she's taken the role of Little Red Riding Hood at the end of this, and of course Little Red Riding Hood gets eaten, and so does Grandma, but they both get spewed back up, or no, sorry, what happens? The lumberjack cuts open. So we've got to wait for Jack, I guess, to cut open the wolf, so we can all exit the body of the wolf. Of course, Little Red Riding Hood comes out of the wolf's stomach. Or does he make the wolf regurgitate him? I can't remember exactly whether he cuts them open or spews them up. Who knows? Anyway, of course, at the end, Just Dance, I love it. Just Dance, a reference to Song and Dance and the Muse and Orpheus, and of course creating the lure of the fictional system. Doing the worm there. But anyway, they've won the day, and up atop there is the Golden Globe. Is that talking about returning the sun to its rightful position? I don't know. You could look at it a few ways. You could look at it as the false idol as well. Interesting, isn't it? That's the end of the video. I don't really have much more to say. Oh no, it's not the end of the video. Hang on. You ain't getting off that lightly. Hang on. Swish Swish lyrics. Okay, they know what is what, but they don't know what is what. They just strut. These lyrics are taken from earlier works by other people. But interesting that they put that in there. Does anybody know what the hell's what? I don't think so. But a reference, of course, to the sheeple that follow along with everything. A tiger, don't lose no sleep, don't need opinions from a shellfish or a sheep. There you go. This is, when you get to that point of balance, you kind of, you know, when somebody calls you a name or says you know, you just, it's irrelevant. It becomes, it's like a point of like, you know, the words are irrelevant to me now. You just hear wah 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 wah, because you have an understanding of where that person is at in life. It just is completely irrelevant to you once you get to a certain level of understanding of the reality. Not to be flippant about it or cocky about it or anything like that. It just is like you kind of get a realization of it's like it's completely irrelevant. It is completely irrelevant, all this arguing over the nonsense. You know, what is life, you know? Anyway. Right, where we at? I hope you can see this. I've blown these lyrics up. No, not today. you're calculated. I got your number because you're a joker, and I'm a courtside killer queen, and you will kiss the ring. You will kiss the ring. You best believe. Interesting that she's talking about you kissing the ring. I'll tell you what's interesting about basketball as well is that ball is going through the ring. You really, I mean, if you had to pick a sport that was going to highlight the coronal, the crown of thorns, it would have to be basketball. You'd have to have a ball going through a ring. Yeah, I mean, what else would you pick as a game? I don't think there's another game out there. I mean, golf going into the hole? That's not really a ring, though, is it? So, of course, you've got that the ball passing through the ring, and of course the backboard shattering the illusion. So, and that's probably what that means in the video, where the backboard shatters into a million pieces. It's just shattering the illusion. Let's get on with these lyrics, Dan. Come on, you're waffling. So keep calm, honey. I'ma stick around for more than a minute. Get used to it. Funny my name keeps coming out your mouth. Because I stay winning. Lay 'em up like swish swish bish. Another one in the basket. Can't touch this. Another one in the casket. Okay. Kobe's supposed to be in the casket. If you believe that was his chopper that turned from back to white and blue and then crashed into the ground. Your game is tired. You should retire. It's about as cute as an old coupon expired. Blah, blah, blah. Karma's not a liar. She keeps receipts. And this is what they all believe in. If they're not running, the people, there's a set of people out there that believe in this karma. I happen to be one of them. But the karma that we're talking about is not the Alan Watts you're doing. It's the karma of balance, of what goes around comes around. What you dish out, you get back. The seeds that you sow, you shall reap. Anyway, that's enough on the lyrics. I really wanted to get the swish swish. Can't touch this. Another one in the casket. Anyway, there we go. Swish swish, Katy Perry. I think I've broken down everything now on that. The thing to take home about this is we've got the Kobe references, and what that's saying is there's more to Kobe. There's some links. That rabbit hole, there's a Kobe rabbit hole, and we'll go down the 1955 and the Kobe Bryant relationship to Emmett Till, the death of Emmett Till, and the perpetrators there were the Bryants. So that takes us back to 1955 and the start of the civil rights movement. And what are we dealing with right now? But the race card again. They've pulled the race card back out, and they're stirring the pot up as much as they can right now with it. And they've been stirring the pot since '55 with it. And that's really all I can say about it. Really, we've got the Kobe crash in there. It's done with the movement of Kobe being spun around by the big guy and the Coach Molly, the references she makes with her arms to death. So what more can I say about it? Tons of dog references. You are the dog. Tons of references to the cleaner going down. You're not going to clean this up, and tons and references to coming out of the illusion. That's all I got to say. Thanks. Give me some comments, some feedback on this. If you want to see more of these videos, if you're fed up with the music stuff, if you want some more lore stuff again, you know, give us a bit of feedback. That would be great. That's it. I'll talk to you later. Bye.